Ever heard of a playground where the swings move on their own? Welcome to Maple Hill Cemetery in Huntsville, Alabama, a place that holds a chilling secret known as the Dead Children's Playground. This isn't just any old park, it's a spot where local legend and paranormal whispers meet. Tucked away within the sprawling historic grounds of Alabama's largest and oldest cemetery, this small play area has become a focal point for ghost hunters and curious visitors from all over the world. So what's the story? The playground is nestled in a section of the cemetery where many children were laid to rest, particularly during the devastating Spanish flu pandemic in the early 1900s. The tales began to circulate decades ago. People started noticing something peculiar after dark. Swing sets, seemingly pushed by invisible hands, would sway back and forth in the dead of night. Sometimes just one swing, sometimes all of them, moving in eerie, silent unison. But it wasn't always silent. Locals and late-night visitors reported hearing the faint, unmistakable sounds of children laughing and playing, their joyful echoes drifting through the somber rows of tombstones. The original playground wasn't even intended to be a permanent fixture. It was a simple set of swings and a slide. But as the stories grew, so did the playground's fame. It became a kind of unofficial memorial, a place where the spirits of the children buried nearby could find a moment of play. However, the city, citing safety concerns and the inappropriateness of a playground in a cemetery, decided to remove it in 2007. The public outcry was immediate and immense. Residents, historians, and paranormal enthusiasts banded together. They argued that the playground was a part of Huntsville's unique local culture and a tribute to the young souls of Maple Hill. The community's passion was so strong that they formed the Huntsville-Madison County Preservation Association to fight for its return. Their efforts paid off. The city relented, and a brand new, safer playground was built, funded entirely by community donations. It stands today not just as a place for spectral play, but as a symbol of a community's dedication to its own history and folklore. The new playground was officially dedicated to the memory of the children buried in the cemetery, solidifying its unique and poignant purpose. Now let's talk about the experiences people have had here. It's one thing to hear a story, but it's another to witness it. Paranormal investigation teams have flocked to this location, armed with EMF meters, EVP recorders, and thermal cameras. Many have captured compelling evidence. Electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs, have reportedly recorded children's voices saying, "Hello, push me," or simply giggling. Photos and videos show swings moving without any wind or physical intervention. Some investigators have even placed objects on the swings, like toys or balls, only to watch them be nudged or thrown off by an unseen force. One of the most common reports involves orbs, glowing balls of light that appear in photographs and videos. Skeptics often dismiss these as dust particles or insects, but at the Dead Children's Playground, these orbs are often described as being unusually bright, colorful, and moving with a clear, intelligent path. They seem to dance around the play equipment, hover over the swings, and even follow visitors as they walk through the area. Could these be the spiritual energy of the children? Many believers think so. Beyond the electronic evidence, there are the personal experiences. Visitors often describe a sudden drop in temperature, a classic sign of a paranormal presence. Others feel a strange sensation, like being watched, or a gentle, playful tug on their clothing. Some have even claimed to see fleeting, shadowy figures of children, darting between the trees and tombstones at the edge of their vision. These aren't just spooky campfire tales. These are consistent accounts from a wide range of people, from hardened skeptics to devout believers, all sharing a similar uncanny experience. The most famous phenomenon, of course, remains the swings. The challenge is often laid down for doubters. Go to the playground on a still, windless night, set the swings perfectly still, then just wait. More often than not, according to legend, at least one swing will begin to move on its own. It might start with a gentle, hesitant rock, then build into a full rhythmic arc, as if a child is happily soaring through the air. Some have tried to debunk this, suggesting underground water currents or subtle air drafts, but no scientific explanation has ever fully accounted for the consistency and timing of the movements, especially when they seem to respond to people's presence or words. Imagine standing there, in the quiet of a historic cemetery, moonlight filtering through the old oak trees. The air is heavy with history and sorrow, but in this one small corner there's a different energy. You hear a creak, you turn, and a swing is swaying. You check your phone, no wind, no one else is around. Then you hear it, a faint, distant giggle that sounds both joyful and heartbreakingly out of place. That is the quintessential Maple Hill experience. The playground's location adds another layer to the mystery. It's situated in a small hollow, surrounded by a dense cluster of trees, which somewhat isolates it from the rest of the cemetery. This natural amphitheater-like setting seems to trap sound and energy, perhaps amplifying the paranormal activity. During the day, it looks like a perfectly normal, if slightly melancholic, playground. Parents sometimes bring their living children to play, seeing it as a celebration of life in a place of death. But as dusk falls, the atmosphere transforms. The cheerful colors of the slide and swings take on a more somber hue, and the silence of the cemetery seems to deepen, waiting for its nocturnal residents to come out and play. Over the years, the Dead Children's Playground has been featured in numerous books, television shows, and documentaries about hauntings in America. It's consistently ranked as one of the most haunted places in the state, if not the entire country. Its story resonates because it's not about a malevolent or terrifying haunting. Instead, it's a story of innocence and playfulness, extending beyond the veil of life and death. The spirits here aren't seen as threatening. They are viewed as the eternal children of Maple Hill, forever enjoying the playground that a loving community fought to preserve for them. This narrative, of course, has its share of skeptics. Some argue that the moving swings are a result of the ideomotor effect, where people's subconscious expectations cause them to perceive movement that isn't really there, or that the power of suggestion is so strong that people are simply interpreting natural occurrences as supernatural. The sounds of laughter could be mistaken animal noises, or the wind whistling through the trees. And while these rational explanations are possible, they don't seem to satisfy the thousands who have visited and left with their own unexplainable story to tell. The sheer volume of similar experiences makes it hard to dismiss everything as mere coincidence or imagination. The story of the Dead Children's Playground is a fascinating blend of history, tragedy, and folklore. It speaks to our deep-seated curiosity about the afterlife and our human need to find comfort and meaning in the face of loss. Whether it's truly haunted by the spirits of children, or just a powerful legend that has taken on a life of its own, one thing is certain: this little playground in an Alabama cemetery holds a special and eerie place in the heart of American ghost lore. It reminds us that sometimes the most profound stories are found in the most unexpected places. So if you ever find yourself in Huntsville, Alabama, and you're feeling brave, maybe take a late night stroll through Maple Hill Cemetery. Just be sure to listen closely. You might just hear the sounds of laughter carried on the midnight air. Thanks for joining me on this journey into one of America's most intriguing haunted locations. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more tales from the shadows, and share your own paranormal experiences in the comments below. See you next time. See you.